Samsung's foldable phones are back. The Korean giant has just introduced two new additions to its Galaxy Z line, the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 and the Galaxy Z Fold 3 5G. These new devices are thinner, lighter and supposedly more durable than previous foldables, as well as boasting all new features. First up is the Flip 3. It features a clamshell form factor with a length of just 86mm when folded. It's appealingly pocket-friendly, although a folded thickness of 17mm isn't exactly svelte. The highlight of the Flip 3 is undoubtedly its clever cover screen, which is significantly larger than the one seen on its predecessor. The 1.9-inch Super AMOLED display provides ample room for a number of useful widgets, including music controls, weather information and step counters. It even lets you take selfies with the two rear camera lenses, which include a wide-angle and an ultra-wide lens, both with a 12-megapixel resolution. There's a 10-megapixel front camera as well for traditional selfies and video calls. Open the Flip 3 up and you'll find a 6.7-inch display using the same dynamic AMOLED 2X panel technology as the Galaxy S21, with the same 120Hz adaptive refresh rate. The Full HD Plus resolution is also broadly equivalent to the S21's, but thanks to the slightly longer 22:9 aspect ratio, its pixel density is very slightly higher. While the cover screen and rear glass are protected by the same Corning Gorilla Glass Victus material used in the S21 Ultra screen, the main display isn't, although it is coated in a protective film that Samsung claims is more durable than previous iterations. The hinge mechanism is also 10% more durable than the previous Flip, thanks to a new chassis construction that Samsung is calling Armour Aluminium. Elsewhere, IPX8 water resistance has been added for the first time, which should protect against accidental dunks. As with the previous Flip, the battery capacity is limited to 3,300 mAh, which is some ways behind most other devices. The S21's battery, for example, is 20% bigger. Samsung claims that the larger cover screen means that users won't have to open the phone as much, which will help preserve battery, but we're still somewhat skeptical about its longevity. Internally, it's powered by Qualcomm's 5nm Snapdragon 888 processor, along with 8GB of RAM and a starting storage capacity of 128GB. The choice of hardware platform is a little unusual for Samsung. In European markets, the company usually fits its phones with its own first-party Exynos chips, although Samsung CPUs are used in its US devices. The Flip is certainly a sporty little number, but if you're looking for a productivity heavyweight, then the Galaxy Fold 3 may be more up your street. It unfolds vertically rather than horizontally, making it better suited to multitasking or working with large documents. Unlike the rather dinky Flip 3, the Fold is decidedly chunky, weighing 271 grams. It has a similar thickness of 16mm when folded, but its 158mm length makes it decidedly less pocketable. The 6.2-inch cover screen offers all the functionality of a standard smartphone, albeit with a slightly unusual 24.5:9 aspect ratio and an HD Plus resolution. If you need a bit more real estate to work with, the device unfolds to reveal a 7.6-inch display with a resolution of 2208 by 1768 pixels. There are plenty of multitasking features to make the most of the extra space, including the ability to group pairs of apps to launch side by side, as well as multiple options for dragging, resizing and rearranging apps. Both the main display and the cover screen use the same AMOLED 2X panel and 120Hz adaptive refresh rate as the Flip. It also uses the same improved aluminium armour hinge design, and, just like the Flip, the exterior is protected by Gorilla Glass Victus, while the interior display is covered in the new protective film. Samsung devices are known for their photography chops, but the Fold 3 takes this a step further with not two but three separate camera arrays. There's a 3-lens camera setup on the device's rear, including 12-megapixel wide-angle, ultra-wide and telephoto lenses, as well as a 10-megapixel lens on the cover screen and even a 4-megapixel lens embedded in the internal display. Unlike previous Samsung devices, this latter camera doesn't feature a hole-punch lens, but is actually underneath the display, with pixels appearing over the top of it for even greater immersion. And speaking of immersion, the Fold 3 also features IPX8 water resistance, with the same caveats as the Flip. It's also got 5G support thanks to that Snapdragon 888 processor, but it comes with a larger 12GB RAM allocation and 256GB of storage at the entry level. The battery capacity is bigger too. The Fold 3 uses a 4400 mAh cell. While that may sound like a healthy capacity, bear in mind that the larger screen may gobble up charge quickly. One of the most exciting new features is S Pen support, allowing users to make notes and doodles on the screen. With Samsung's fan favourite Note range on ice for the time being, this is a timely replacement for anyone who's after the same functionality. Samsung is releasing two new S Pens alongside the Fold 3, the S Pen Fold Edition and the S Pen Pro, which works not just with the Fold, but with all S Pen compatible devices, including the Samsung Galaxy Tab range and the Galaxy Book Pro 360. The feature set is rounded out by fingerprint and facial recognition for security. Samsung is hoping these new devices will bring foldable phones that bit closer to the mainstream. The category has yet to really take off, but that's partly down to price. Sadly, these new devices won't address that particular issue. The Samsung Galaxy Fold 3 is £1,599, while the Flip 3 starts from £949. That's a hefty premium. With that being said, there's certainly some appeal to Samsung's new Z series phones. The Flip's clamshell design is certainly convenient and blends the compactness of smaller devices like the iPhone 12 mini with the advantages of a larger screen. The Fold 3, meanwhile, may not be as portable, but its enterprise credentials are cemented by business-friendly features like S Pen support and a large screen that's perfect for on-the-go emails and spreadsheets.